Hey, what's up, everybody? Excuse me. But yeah, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. I'm gonna try this Hangout stream again, despite my voice still not sounding great. I'm feeling better from yesterday, I'll tell you that much. But I don't know. Um, there we go. So yeah, so I'm starting to sound a little bit better than yesterday, but I'm still not feeling great. I'll just say that much. I'm just waiting for my throat to kind of clear up here a little bit. I'll take another cough drop before I go to bed. And yeah. Again, despite how deep my voice is right now, I am feeling fine. So yeah. Drew's here, what's up? And Jared's here. Hey, feeling okay? Yeah, I'm fine. No worries, man. I'm fine. It's just I'm still recovering from my scratchy throat. So yeah, I'm doing okay. Just um just my throat is feeling very iffy right now. So I'll still be able to talk with you guys for a while. It's just I'm not gonna be sounding like as motivated as I usually would be. And that's mainly because, like I said, my throat is still not doing well. 1 second, y'all. God, freaking buggers. Friggin' bugs. Ah. Yeah, again, I sincerely apologize. Ah. So yeah, guys, don't worry. I'm doing fine. I know my voice is scratchy, but that's how my throat is at the moment. Like my throat is a little scratchy. So yeah, I'm doing fine. Don't worry. I'm doing fine. Drew says, excellent news. Tomorrow I announce more categories for the You and Drew Movie Awards. I saw some of those on Instagram, dude. Got some good ones. I saw the best actor ones, I think. You got some good ones though, man. You really do. Okay. Jared says he picked up Godzilla on 4K. Nice. The original one on Criterion. Just be clear. In case anybody was wondering which one. Strong. Solus Trenchcoat's here. What's going on, man? And yeah, you're welcome, Drew. You're very welcome. So yeah. Surprised that Gladiator 2 is getting good reviews. I'm certainly surprised, but I mean, I'm glad it is getting good reviews, to be honest. Makes me a bit more excited for it, to be honest. It really does. I'm on Rotten Tomatoes right now, so I'm going to check. %75%. 75% currently for Gladiator 2. So yeah, it's doing pretty well. So, and Ryan's here. What's going on, Ryan?
Hi, Luke. Not much, not much. Just finished having dinner with family. I love the background there.
Yes, sir. Gotta represent one of the best films of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And excuse my voice, though, man. I am still getting over a bit of a sore throat.
Yeah. Sorry. Feel better soon.
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll feel better by the end of the week. That's why I haven't been able to put out my review for Heretic. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. What again? Like what'd you think?
5 out of 5.
Oh,
honestly.
Okay. All right.
5 out of 5.
All right. Yeah. I saw it last week. I published a review. Yeah, I liked it really good. Hugh Grant. I mean, his performance is all that was hyped up to be.
I mean, two best words to describe his performance: charismatic psycho.
Yeah. He's basically he's like Bill Maher and Ricky Gervais combined into one, and yet somehow only slightly. However, he's slightly just a little bit more unlikable, but only slightly more.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit, but I don't know. It's kind of funny to me that him and James McAvoy kind of have those same kind of roles for movies this year, with Hugh Grant with Heretic and McAvoy with Speak No Evil.
Yeah, I never did get to see that. I do regret that a little bit.
McAvoy is awesome in it.
All right.
He is awesome.
Although I gotta say, I bet they're regretting that Tesla product placement, because I saw the trailer, and the trailer always showed the family getting into Tesla and trying to speed off, and now I'm sure the producers are like, oh, this is not going to age well. Yeah, because like where I live, like every day I see at least one Tesla, maybe even two, depending on the time of day. It's kind of insane how many people bought Cybertrucks in the area.
I never really see Teslas out where I live, so.
Where you live? You more rural? Yeah, because I'm more of a suburban cityscape type area.
I live out on an acreage in Minnesota.
Yep, that'll do it.
Yep. But I couldn't tell you. But
yeah.
Well, let's see. Got some more people popping in the chat here.
Oh, okay.
Got my boy Huck. What's going on? First impression that it was going to be an unnecessary sequel, but grateful. Yeah, he's referring to Gladiator 2 because the embargo lifted and the reviews are out. It's doing pretty good, so
okay.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I just watched Gladiator yesterday, so I've been wanting to see it, ever since I heard about a sequel. I've kind of just been putting it up. I was like, hey, let's go watch Gladiator, and yeah, it's good. I mean, it's not 100% worth the hype for me, but like it's still good. I don't know. I didn't like the beginning, Roman battle scene, where they're fighting in Germania. And I read the IMDb, and I'm like, Oh, so that's why it looked that way. So it's
Yeah.
always interesting to see how the behind the scenes played out.
Yep. But yeah, I love the original Gladiator. So I mean, when I heard that they were doing a sequel, I'm like, does it really need a sequel? And I saw I think I saw the trailer for it in front of what was it? Smile. I guess I never Smile, and I was like, yo, this looks awesome. Like, this looks awesome.
Yeah, darn it, it's so weird. I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to go see Smile 2, and then I haven't. Maybe I'll go see on Discount Tuesday tomorrow, perhaps.
I would recommend it.
Yeah.
But besides Heretic, I did see the best Christmas pageant ever on Friday, and it's good. Definitely for the kiddos. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely for the kiddos.
Yeah, it's based off a book. Yeah, right.
I think so, yeah, but I didn't even know it was a book. I never even read the book.
Yeah, my mom told me about it, and she said the book's like 50 pages max. So you're not wrong when you say it's a kiddie movie of sorts.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely got some wholesome moments for sure. I mean, I'm not going to deny that, but I don't know. It's probably not one I'll really rewatch every so often. Like, it's good, but I don't know. But let's see, what do we got this week? Oh yeah, Red One. Who's all excited for that? Oh man.
I mean, I don't know. It's again, I'll probably check it out. Maybe my friends, we like to see a movie on weekend, so we'll probably see that. But it's like, I don't know. It's nice to see Chris Evans enjoy his newfound villain phase of his career. So that's always he's not a villain, but he's a rogue to put in D&D.
A bounty hunter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Even though the reviews are not promising at all. So I don't know. The trailers definitely made it seem like it's a very generic blockbuster, except with the Christmas skin on it. It looks okay, honestly. The thing that gave me a little bit of hope for it is that it's actually directed by Jake Kasdan, the guy that did the last two Jumanji movies, which were a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like those. Yeah,
but I don't know. The reviews are not really making me any more excited for Red One. But we'll see. Like, I've had those like expectations before, like whenever I see first reviews for something and then it's very negative and I'm like, shit. So I did that because the second time I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, the next night I was doing a double feature of Blink Twice and The Crow. The Crow had gotten really bad reviews and I was like, ah, shit. So I was like, why not? I'll give it a try. See if people are exaggerating or if I'm actually on the side again, like I was with Borderlands. And I am not with the majority at all with that new Crow.
Really? So you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know. Personally, again, I didn't like it, but I didn't like despise it with a vengeance. Because I don't know, I didn't like the performances for the most part, and it lacks energy, but it's watchable. And I've seen some like borderline unwatchable films, and again, we may be in disagreement on this, but for me, like Borderlands is the blood boiling. How did this get greenlit levels of wrath emanating from
Not just that, like, especially with the type of film that it is, it's like, how do you fuck that up? How?
I don't know. You get, I don't know. You have Eli Roth direct it, and then you have the guy who did Deadpool and Terminator: Dark Fate do reshoots. Two directors with two very opposing styles.
First, yeah, that's one thing. Craig Mazin was originally going to be the writer for Borderlands, but when he saw the finished product, he wanted his name off the movie.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that's
So
that's pretty embarrassing. Yeah.
yeah, and I thought when I heard that, I was like, makes sense why it sucks.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man,
Lionsgate's
that
had,
one's bad.
yeah, Lionsgate's had a pretty rough year. I mean, between critical failures, commercial failures. Yeah, because I mean, they're more Lionsgate is more mid-budget. Mid-budget studio. The most expensive movie I can think of off the top of my head was the Hunger Games movie, but that came out last year. This year they haven't had as much success.
Honestly, for the most part, with critical success, they haven't really had that. Because I'm trying to remember like some of the other ones that came out this year. I know there was Miller's Girl, which I really did not like. That was Lionsgate. I promise you
Oh,
that.
oh wow.
Did not like that one. Um, I did not like Borderlands. Do you remember some of the other ones? I loved Boy Kills World though. I love that movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that was amazing. That the gloriousness of that movie, just the plot twist alone. Yeah. Yeah, Boy Kills World.
4K at that.
Yeah, I mean, casting the guy from Bob's Burgers, H. John Benjamin, I think his name is.
Yep.
Yeah, as the voiceover inner voice of the main, that was glorious.
Yeah, that's just amazing. I was hoping to see Boy Kills World in the theater, but mine never got it. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know how you feel because like Juror number 2's out, and it's Clint Eastwood. I want to take my grandparents to see it. They're pretty close to the age that Clint Eastwood is, but they're the closest one theater showing it is like 25 plus miles away.
yeah, I mean, it might be worth it, but I have no idea. I haven't seen Juror number 2 yet. Because my theater didn't even get the Robert Zemeckis movie the weekend that it came out.
Oh wow. Okay.
But thankfully they made up for it last weekend with Heretic. So
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
my theater, I'm telling you right now, dude, my theater never gets A24 films. They never do. The only other times they've gotten it were the Iron Claw and Civil War.
Yeah, so my preferred theater, like rarely ever gets A24 opening weekend. I mean, they only get if like it does really good in limited release and then expands like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That film, I mean, got wide release, but you don't gotta feel too bad for me. Like I said, my preferred theater. There are other theaters around the area that do show A24 movies regularly, and so I'm able to go there to get my fix.
Yeah. But like I'm saying, just in general, like my theater doesn't really get them that much. Excuse me. Because I've seen trailers for A24 films even in front of the A24 films I got. Because in front of the Iron Claw, one of them was Civil War, which I did end up getting. And the other was Love Lies Bleeding, which obviously for obvious circumstances I didn't get it. And then in front of Civil War, I saw the TV Glow and then Maxine. I don't know why I didn't get Maxine.
Yeah, I never did see. I saw the TV Glow. I did read a review about it. It seemed rather fascinating. So I'll have to check that out on VOD.
I will say it's pretty trippy, for the most part. It's pretty trippy. but it's quite good. Then I'm trying to remember what I got in front of Heretic. Oh yeah, that new Nicole Kidman film, Baby Girl.
Oh yeah, Baby Girl. Yeah, Nicholas I'm probably mispronouncing his name. Galatzine. Yeah, he's in it, right?
I don't know. I didn't
It
recall on
looks
that.
kind of like him.
I don't know. It might just be it might just be a somewhat like clone that went incredibly wrong, but no idea. But it looks pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just look it up on Wikipedia. It's Harris Dickinson. So yeah,
Harris
different.
Dickinson. Got it.
Yeah, different actor. Different actor.
They do look similar though.
Yeah, they do. That's why I was like, you look familiar, but nope. Two very different people. But yeah, Baby Girl. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I guess Nicole Kidman's pretty new to the A24 game. I'm surprised it's taken this long to get her in one.
I think she might have done another one, but I have no idea which one she might have done.
Oh, you're right. Like, cause what's the Northman A24?
No, that was Focus Features.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay.
But the other one I got is actually one of my most anticipated films of December, which is Y2K.
Oh yeah, Y2K, Rachel Zegler. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah.
That looks crazy as hell. It looks crazy, but I'm excited. I mean, come on. A computer apocalypse movie taking place on the last day of 1999? Come on.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool. It's got like a whole bunch of up and coming actors. Yeah, I mean, because Lieberman, he's in it. Man, the dead actor from Deadpool 2 and Hunt for the Wilders People.
Yeah, no, it's that kid from Deadpool 2.
Yeah. So yeah, it's got some cool talent, and Kyle Mooney, I think, is in it, right?
I think he has a small part in it, but I know he's directing it.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep, he is directing it.
Okay.
So I'll tell you this much. That caught my attention when I saw that he was directing it. I was like, okay. Cool for me.
Yeah.
I remember what the kid's name is though from Deadpool 2. Isn't it what the kid's name is? Is it Julian Dennison?
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I wasn't sure if I was right on it. Like I had to look at the cast list for this. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, just checked Wikipedia, and yeah, it's it is Julian Dennison.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, because I knew looking at him, it was the kid from Deadpool 2. Like, yeah. I just wasn't sure if that was. I just wasn't sure what his name was. The main two people I knew in it were Rachel Zegler and Jaden Martell from It.
Yeah, I remember. I saw him in St. Vincent. Came out all the way back in 2014.
Oh yeah, that one. I haven't seen. I don't even remember much about that movie.
Yeah, it's a good watch. It's very, very brutal watch. It can get pretty depressing at times.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I've heard about it, but I really don't remember very well. But yeah, other than that, I think because I know my most anticipated film of December is Sonic 3.
Oh yeah, Sonic 3.
Absolutely Sonic 3. even though there hasn't really been much marketing, even though, to be fair, the second one wasn't really marketed that much.
I don't know. I mean, it's Sonic. It kind of markets itself at that point. I mean, even though the games, I mean, like no one really talks about the games anymore at this point. It's just kind of like it's not like Mario where the games have managed to keep up with the zeitgeist. Even though they, don't release games as much as they used to. Heck, I mean, they haven't released a new Mario Kart in years. They've just been porting over, the games, with slight HD upgrades for the new console.
Yeah. But I'm not sure though. We'll see it because I mean, because Sonic 2 still was able to manage to make a lot of money, so.
Yeah, so it's
So I don't know.
Well,
God.
yeah, I just hope I don't have to have seen that Knuckles TV show. Although from like just the trailers, it doesn't seem like what happened there really pertains to what's happening in Sonic 3, for better or worse.
You really just have to watch the first two, and then I think you should be fine.
All right, yeah.
But I don't know. I'm excited to see what we got up in store here. I mean, from the trailers, it looks like they're really upping the stakes. So, which I like. I mean, it's still keeping the heart and humor, but like I said, the thing that I'm most happy about is that they're upping the stakes.
Yeah. Now we got double the Jim Carrey.
Yep, one as actual Robotnik, and then his father, which I kind of figured it was Jim Carrey just by that voice. I didn't really have to look at him. I just had to hear the voice.
Yeah, I'm interested. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was saying, that man is just perfect with multiple roles. He's perfect for that.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did The Mask, and that practically is, multiple roles in itself.
Lemony Snicket's a series of unfortunate events. I think he played 4 different characters.
Oh yeah. I never did see the film. I did read all the books, which I enjoyed, but I never did see any of either the film or the Netflix TV show.
The main one that we think of when it comes to Jim Carrey in that film is Count Olaf. That's his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he's quite good in that movie. I love his character.
All right, I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. So, trying to think of what else we got coming up in December. Kraven the Hunter looks all right, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It looks better than Morbius and Madam Web. I mean, it's not that hard to be better. Well, maybe that's a little hard to be better than Morbius. It's like again, I didn't hate Morbius. It's not the it's Morbin time meme. I'm not like that. It's just Morbius is a left of center type of movie for me. But Madam Web, that was like
Madam Web, I can at least have honestly, Madam Web, I can at least have fun with, but Morbius, I cannot sit through it.
Yeah. Madam Web is. I remember the opening scene alone. I was laughing with my friends. Yeah, Madam Web. It's bad, but it's the so bad it's good kind of bad. Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because I mean, they've delayed it. It's been delayed for what a year now.
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. They've been teasing a Kraven the Hunter film for a while, but then just delayed and delayed and delayed, and I'm like, come on, Sony, let it come out already.
Yeah,
I just know that film has just faced multiple delays.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up. Okay. Okay. So yeah, it was originally going to come out January of last year October of last year and then August of this year. So yeah, it's been delayed, 3 times now.
Yep, and now it's coming out in December.
So it's.
So
I mean,
who knows about that?
I am kind of interested. The director, his last project was Triple Frontier, and I did enjoy that. So
yeah, that one was good.
it was, nice little mid-budget Netflix action thriller. He's plenty talented. It's just whether or not Sony, was smart enough to just be like, all right, let's let the man do his thing.
I hope they didn't interfere.
Yeah, well, we shall see.
Like when you watch some of their films, like some of their Marvel projects, you can definitely tell it underwent interference.
Yeah, Madam Web. I think that whole thing is, a studio. Like, Madam Web is basically what would happen if a committee somehow magically morphed into a film, almost.
I mean, yeah, it does kind of feel like that, but I could definitely tell that Morbius underwent a lot of reshoots.
Oh yeah, that definitely, because I remember just watching the original trailer, then versus what came out in the film. I was like, okay, I'm sensing there's a lot left on the cutting room floor, because that film was pretty short, like what, barely an hour 40,
like less than an hour 50.
Morbius. Yeah, Morbius was just an hour 40. So, but yeah, it definitely feels like they left some stuff on the cutting room floor, because there was like a whole scene in what looked like a forest. Pretty sure
Yeah, I think there was that in the trailer.
And I'm definitely sure that Morbius was actually able to give his speech on camera, because in the theatrical cut, it just shows him going up to the podium, and then it cuts to the hospital where he talks about his speech.
That was just pathetic. Like, but I don't know. As I think if I remember correctly, I think that film was supposed to come out in 2019.
I
If
thought
I
it
can
was
recall that, I think it was supposed to come out in 2019.
I don't know. I thought it was 2020. I thought it was just sort of a victim of of COVID, and just got subjected to ad infinitum delays because the box, COVID just wouldn't let up.
Yeah, it could be that too, but I honestly have no idea. What else? Put it out Y2K. We got that Bob Dylan movie coming up with Timothy Chalamet.
Oh yeah. I'm interested to see that. I mean, again, it's kind of funny. I mean, my feelings on musician biopics kind of switch depending on the last movie I've seen. If the last one I saw was good, I'm excited. If the last one wasn't so good, I'm not so much, because the last one I saw in theaters was the Bob Marley movie, and that movie left me disappointed, because I mean, the film tried to posit itself as, we'll try to explore the man behind the mythos and how, he tried to broker peace in Jamaica, even after almost getting assassinated. But the film doesn't really make good on that promise. Instead, it tries to, like in the very beginning, it shows, what he has to do to broker peace, the hard choices he has to make. But then the rest of the movie is just your standard biopic material.
Yeah. Even though a lot of the time jumps are very jarring, but it is what it is, I guess. Trying to remember what else we got. Nosferatu.
Oh yeah, Nosferatu. Yeah. I really need to watch the original, because we talked all about it, and I took a few film classes in college, and I do remember we did talk about Nosferatu at one point, but I've never actually seen the movie. I mean, granted, it's probably super hard to find on digital, or maybe, I don't know, probably isn't, because I remember managed to find Dracula on VOD, and that film is like 1932. That was like when talkie films were just in their infancy, practically.
I've been able to find Nosferatu, the original, with ads on quite a few streaming services. There's quite a few of
Okay.
that, so should be fine.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to give it a check because I mean, just it's in terms of a remake, Nosferatu's got to be up there for like the one of the longest times between the original and a remake.
I think it is the longest time, if I can tell right, because that film, the original one, was 102 years ago.
Yeah, wow, that
Yep.
that is dang. I mean, it's because I think that's kind of it can be a little bit easy to forget, but cinema is in terms of like media, cinema is still in its infancy. Like books have been around for well over well over 500 years now. You know, uh, music. I mean, that's practically as old as humanity itself almost. Just banging two rocks together technically counts as music.
I mean, right? um, remember what else we have coming. You ever about this movie called Night Bitch, starring Amy Adams?
Night bitch. No, that's the first I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, that's a literal movie title, Night Bitch.
Night bitch. That is well, someone must feel very proud coming up with that title. Oh yeah,
But
there it
give
is.
them the gold medal. They came up with a title called Night Bitch. Good job.
The film, a magical realism style story of a stay-at-home mom who sometimes transforms into a dog. Well, that's one heck of a premise. All right, yeah.
That's the premise.
Yeah, all right, yeah, sure. Amy Adams. Okay, yep. All right. Seems interesting.
We'll see. Then oh yeah, I always forget that we have Mufasa coming up because I don't care.
Yeah, yeah, Mufasa. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, again, I remember talked about this with Zach Millen a little bit. We had some debate over whether or not it'll make bank at the box office. Personally, I don't think so because I feel like the last 2 years I've seen a lot of films come out that they had their original film preceding films they like made gangbusters at the box office, some of them $1 billion+ and 2024 has just not been kind, especially it just and because I mean again the Lion King 2019 made $1 billion if at the box office, more than that even I think, but
It did.
honestly, that was pure based off the pure momentum of the nostalgia alone. Because once people saw it, they were like, "Wait a minute, this is just a glorified HD upgrade."
Yeah, right.
It was essentially like imagine it's basically an HD remake of a video game, but unlike video games, HD remakes serve a purpose for video games because as time goes on, the previous consoles they were on become outdated. People don't buy them anymore. But like with movies, you know. Again, DVD players, they have some level of innovation, but a DVD bought 20 years ago will still work on a DVD player of today.
Right. Yeah. So it's like, why even bother, right?
Money.
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, they keep hyping up. It's like, oh, we got Barry Jenkins and Lin Manuel Miranda for our movie. It's like, okay, I mean, Barry Jenkins, he's a good director, but I don't know. I feel like this is kind of Disney hired Barry Jenkins more for the name than for his directorial prowess. Not again, I'm not saying he isn't a good director. It's just Disney was more interested in name shopping. And as for Lin Manuel Miranda. Okay. I mean, again, actually, he's still pretty solid. He's kind of overexposed, but I feel like that's been a constant for ever since Hamilton at this point. As long as he doesn't go full scuttlebutt rap like he did with the Little Mermaid, I'm fine with him being on the movie.
There is a part of me that thinks he's gonna do that, but
Oh god, please, no, please. Just seeing Aquafina do the skull butt rap was that knocked a half star off my review just in that moment because up to that point, Little the Little Mermaid remake was fine, but once skull butt started rap, I was like, and you just lost a half a star movie. I remember being so surprised when I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda was credited near the end. I was like, what? Ugh.
yeah. But I'm with you, Ryan. I really don't think that movie's gonna really make any money. Like, because like I do not give a shit if it is the IP. Like, I mean, sure, the IP is very popular. It's the Lion King. But be honest with me. Do you really hear anybody talking about it?
Yeah,
Anyone?
no.
Like, the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's something coming out next month, and that's what we're talking about. But I'm not even like talking about it because I'm excited for it, because I'm not. Visually, it looks great, but the story, not sold on it at all. Like,
Oh, and it's kind of funny. It's going to be the third friends to enemies origin story this year because we had it with Transformers. We're going to get it with Wicked, and now we're going to get with Mufasa, and I don't know, it's just kind of funny. I mean, I've heard of twin movies, but I've never heard of triplet movies.
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, we already know Wicked's gonna make a lot of money. Like,
Well, it
ticket
better.
sales have been going crazy.
Oh yeah, have you heard about this? The little scandal with the Mattel toy line for the movie.
Oh boy.
So, well, don't worry, it's none of that culture war stuff, but it's hilarious. Basically, they sold a bunch of Glinda and Wicked Witch of the West toys, and they included like I think a QR code or a link or something on the box, and they accidentally linked it to a porn site because it was supposed to be like Wicked movies, and and when I read the article, I was like, oh, I see where they went wrong. Because I was like, yeah, I can see how Wicked movies would be a title for porn. Oh yeah, yeah, that's it's yeah. So I don't
That's
know,
a
just
bad mess up, dude.
yeah,
But we already know Wicked's gonna make a lot of money, so that's kind of why I'm thinking Mufasa's not gonna make any money. And plus, Disney's really been not having it recently. Even though Inside Out 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine were massive successes, that doesn't mean anything.
well,
Like when it
and I
comes
think
to Mufasa.
yeah, I mean, because the thing with like those other two movies, well, those other two movies, they did really well, and like in terms of audience reception, they've still maintained their love over the past few years. Lion King 2019, its goodwill practically evaporated, upon release.
I mean, yeah, but like in theaters, it might still work, but at home, no, it doesn't. Like, it doesn't translate well at home. Like, on the theater screen, it's amazing visually. But yeah, I mean, I try to get excited for Mufasa, but I can't. I just can't. This is why I'm glad that Sonic 3 is on the same weekend because, man, that movie looks so good.
Yeah, I'm certain it's certainly interesting. I mean, Keanu Reeves as Shadow. That's and getting Jim Carrey back. I wonder if if that means Jim Carrey's going to be coming back for more movies, or if it's just okay. I came out of retirement for this one movie and this one movie only.
I think it mainly just might just be because he loves playing this character of Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah. It's
Like,
certainly in his classic wheelhouse. He tried to do drama in the past few years, and I think he did well. It wasn't as well received by the movie going public. Well, maybe not well received. It just wasn't as well watched because people did watch his dramatic work, really like his dramatic work.
I love his dramatic work, but again, it's not like his comedy. Like his comedy is like what really makes Jim Carrey Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
Like, do you think we'd really have Jim Carrey if we didn't have something like Dumb and Dumber or The Mask, Ace Ventura?
Yeah, I've seen Dumb and Dumber. I've seen, The Mask. I've never seen it fully from beginning to end, but whenever it comes on TV, I'll watch it. But I've never seen Ace Ventura. Yeah, or its sequel even. I should do that.
The first one's great. The second one, it's good, but I think the first one's much better.
Yeah, didn't they make like some weird spin-off sequel thing with like a little kid?
Get that shit out of my face. God help me.
Yeah.
You're going to need to get stoned if you want to watch that. Holy hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can definitely see why Jim Carrey loves playing as Dr. Robotnik. Like you said, it is his wheelhouse, and I kind of feel like the writers just like I kind of just feel like he goes up to them and is like, let me do whatever I want with this character. Let me be myself.
Yeah.
Let me be my comedy shtick. And they're like, okay. And he does it.
Like, yeah, I mean, that's literally what happened with like that one dance sequence from the first Sonic movie where he's dancing around grooving and then gets interrupted by his lackey. It's like, yeah, that was all Jim Carrey's idea, down to the choreography.
Yeah, I mean, like that scene alone, that is like just pure Jim Carrey, like. And people have kind of compared like his performance as Robotnik to like the Riddler. His performance of the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Yeah. That tracks. Yeah.
I mean, when is it not great to see Jim Carrey be so manic in a movie like that? Like, come on. Like, again, dude, I love his comedic timing. Like, his comedic timing is just so on point. I'm trying to think here. I mean, I actually kind of like that they're kind of making him work with Sonic this time around because Shadow's a much bigger threat. But I don't know. I don't know how they're going to go about doing it. But we'll see. But if I really had to think about it, I'm going to be thinking back to the second one with the way that he betrayed Knuckles.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to work. He's gonna try to rule the world again, and I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but if you really think about what happened in 2, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the writers come up with for that one.
At least it's the same writers as the first 2. It's not, some cheap writers that they found on Craigslist.
Or from Morbius.
Yep. And also, at least it's the same director as the first 2, Jeff Fowler. Which he's done a really good job with the first 2. So, yeah.
I don't think he's... Wow. All 3 of his movies have been Sonic movies. That's got to be an interesting career path, because usually, directors like this, they typically cut their teeth on maybe 1 or maybe even 2 indie movies before they're scooped up, for the big budget blockbuster sequel circuit, but this guy, he just started out and continued going with Sonic movies. That's it's interesting.
I don't know, because I'm trying to think of another director that has done that. Like Rupert Sanders. Like Rupert Sanders has already done like 3 blockbusters in his career, which were Snow White and the Huntsman, the Ghost in the Shell remake, and the Crow remake. All 3 of those are blockbuster movies. They're not really small independent films.
Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know. I guess the slight difference is the fact that they're not all sequel in the same franchise. They're all 3 very different movies. One's a spin on old fairy tale. One's a remake of an anime, and one's a remake of an American live action movie. So at least he's got some variants there.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, even though all 3 of them are blockbuster movies. So, but where is that original one? There it is. Always will love this original one though.
Yeah, I watched the original before I saw the remake. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it. Again, I don't my feelings for both the original and the remake aren't as strong as everyone else's I've talked to. But I enjoyed it. It was kind of reminded me of Batman 1989 with the gothic atmosphere and the artifice, akin to that of Tim Burton for some of the special effects and miniatures.
Yeah, I mean, I really just love how that movie's made. Like, and even thinking about the story about what happened to Brandon Lee is even sadder. Because a prop gun did not have the proper precautions taken.
Yeah, I've read all the I've read about it. And just tragic. Yeah, I mean it's
they tried to rush him into the hospital, but it didn't work. And honestly, what makes that whole thing tragic for me, I looked into it a little bit more. He died the night before he was supposed to get married.
I did not know that. I definitely knew he was engaged, but I didn't know he was going to get married like the next day. Yeah, that's
Yep. And he died before he was supposed to get married. The day before.
Yeah, it really makes the whole coming back to life after getting killed, plot all the more depressing retroactively, huh?
It does, honestly. And I mean, The Crow was going to be his big like jump into Hollywood, but because of that incident, it never happened.
Yeah.
So I always will miss Brandon Lee. And well, actually, I have 2 copies of the original one. 2 4Ks.
Oh, okay. You just like the box art?
That, and also this is one of my all-time favorites. So
okay, all right.
And I do also have the remake as well.
Oh yeah, there it is.
And don't hate it. But I just love this artwork though.
Oh yeah, that does look pretty cool.
And look at this. Nice and embossed.
Oh.
And it's one full image right here, so.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah. When I saw that artwork, I was like, yep. Coming right home.
Yeah, the last Blu-ray I bought was for Bell. It was a bit of a bummer actually. Barnes and Noble near me was closing, so they were having a clearance sale, and it was like 25% off books, 20% off Blu-ray. So yeah, just got it while I could, and again, because like the DVD section was just decimated by the time by the day I got in there. So I was like, after looking through, I was like, all right, I remember wanting to see it when it came out in theaters, but I was in college at the time. The theater closest to me didn't have it, and I wasn't about to go spending any money on Uber fees, so I just never saw it, and I guess I never really got around to watching it on demand.
Yeah, I do have it back here too. Where the hell is it? Oh, there it is.
Oh, yep.
There you go. Right there.
Even got the same Rotten Tomatoes sticker.
Yeah.
Kind of funny now that I think about it. I feel like there are a lot of American anime releases that like hype up the Rotten Tomatoes sticker.
You see that a lot on different Blu-ray covers, and it's like, can you just make that a sticker that we can peel off so we don't have to just look at it when we pull it off our shelves?
Wait, it's permanent. Oh well.
No,
Okay, good. I think it's just.
This one's a sticker, but I mean, I'm saying like for other ones, because some other ones they have it kind of
Yeah.
just on there that without a sticker. Like I'm trying to think of one. Like my Blu-ray for When Evil Lurks, like they just have it printed on here with no sticker.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let me it's out on my other shelf. I'll go get that real quick.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sure.
Okay. Okay, so here it is right here.
Yeah. Oh, and it's part of the artwork. Okay. Yeah.
Yep. I'm like, can I peel this off, please? I love this movie and I'm glad it's certified fresh, but not everybody else needs to know that.
Yeah. I think that might be like the only movie I've got. Well, actually, here let's. Oh, yep. Yeah. It's another anime movie with that same sticker. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if there's other ones that kind of did the same thing, like where they just planted it on the cover and didn't give two shits. Yep. Found one with Arcadian.
Oh yeah, Arcade. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that was like really good.
I will say the creature design is great.
Okay, all right.
The movie itself, it's fine.
Okay. What kind of like
Nicholas? Amazing.
Okay.
Like always.
Yeah. You ever see Mandy? Because again, my dad and I watched Mandy, and everyone loved it, but we didn't enjoy it. Like my dad hates it. It's kind of a running gag with him now in the family. Like, oh, as long as it wasn't like slow like Mandy. And for me, I didn't. Again, I don't. It didn't stick with me, but I do remember watching and just because the pacing issues. There are moments where it's like at one point it feels like Mandy is out to go out, kick ass, and then it just comes to immediate halt. It's like dang it, yeah. Like you ever see that?
I have seen Mandy. Oh boy, that movie is something. In a good way, I'll say that. In a good way.
Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't have its moments. Just it feels like it has some structural issues with the pacing.
I can kind of agree with that. There is some structural issues.
It does feel like a movie you need to be on acid for. I mean, the film is already on acid as is. You might as well embrace it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's a good point though. Try to see what other ones they kind of did with that the certified fresh thing.
Yeah, I'll just.
Oh, that one.
Oh yeah, dumb money. Oh, then they just did it like directly on the box art. Yeah.
Yep, just playing it on there.
Is GameStop like still even in its meme stock? Because I feel like they keep saying, "Oh, the guy came out of retirement and he's hyping up the stock," but it's like I don't know. I feel like I check on it every now and then, but it's like it's certainly not horrible, all things being equal. But like it's not like to the moon levels of hurting hedge fund brokers.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. Whoa. I'm good. My chair almost fell over.
That's not good. No.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with these suckers. I'm trying to see what other ones there are.
Yeah, I feel like most of my DVD collection, because I just have like standard DVD format, and I don't think they bust out the money to get the Rotten Tomatoes logo for those.
Right. Yeah. I don't know why I'm just looking for those, but I guess that's what I'm doing. See what else there is. Yeah, there's not really much I can really pull out here. Trying to look for more, but not really seeing much. But I know there's quite a bit, but again, I don't know for sure. But
Yeah, it's funny.
yeah.
I remember Rotten Tomatoes in its infancy, back when they were just doing a beta testing for reviewing TV shows. That's how long I've been looking at the website. Again, I know that Rotten Tomatoes is a bit of a dirty word in some ways, but I don't know. I like it. I like reading reviews, and it's a nice little way that aggregates reviews, and you can access them and read them. Of course, sometimes you run into paywall for some of the sites, but I find it a nice, efficient way to find movies, reviews, check them out.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't technically like to listen to those scores just in case if they're like really bad. But then it's like, I don't know. We'll see what they got.
Personally, for me, I mean, the one thing I will critique about Rotten Tomatoes is the audience score, because unlike the critics score, because Rotten Tomatoes, it just scours the internet and randomly picks the critics reviews, whereas with audience, it's self-voluntary, and because of that, the audience score is super susceptible to review bombing. I mean, think like Captain Marvel, just to name at least one movie, and just other movies that have come out over the years that have been subject to review bombing, either in the positive or negative. Because I mean, there are
Yeah.
some movies where I see it and it's like, oh, near 99% audience. I'm like, oh, bullshit. Like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think they've tried to improve things like with verified, audience reviews, but I don't know. I don't post reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, so I wouldn't know like how rigorous their process is. But like, no, it's still a mess.
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember like which one there was. Like it ends with us. It was like a 90 something percent audience score, and I'm like,
Oh
really?
yeah, that movie. Yeah, that was Colleen
Ugh.
Hoover. And it's again, I didn't hate it. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. But yeah, you're
Same
right.
here, actually.
Yeah. It's again. I am not the target audience in any way, shape, or form. But like, it, what it does. Eh. It's the acting's all okay, the directing's okay, the writing, okay, it's not quite okay, but again, it's not like awful. I've seen of similar movies in the genre, I've seen it done way worse. But yeah, 99%, audience approval. No, you're getting the Colleen Hoover super fans in that
Yeah,
review
most
section.
definitely. And I've also seen movies with that genre done and also I've seen movies in the vein of what they're going for in this one done better. Like I'm not even kidding you. Anytime I come back to a flashback between her and what's his name? I forgot what his name is.
Good boyfriend option. I mean, because that's what his personality is. Like you're referring to the boy she used to date when she was a teenager, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Um all I was thinking of was where the crawdads sing. That's literally all I was thinking of.
Ha. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like between It Ends with Us and Where the Crawdads Sing. I definitely like Where the Crawdads Sing even less actually, because that film, again, I feel like it just had some structural issues with the pacing. And then there was that out of nowhere plot twist at the end where, again, spoiler alerts for anyone in the comments, but the film's been out
I'm
for
gonna put
2
the hand up.
years. Oh, yeah.
This is the spoiler hand, so I'll
Oh,
put the
okay.
hand
Okay.
like once you're done with spoilers, I'll put the hand down.
Yeah. So, okay. And Where the Crawdads Sing, there's this whole mystery. It's like, oh, did she kill her violent ex-boyfriend? And then at one point, like in the courtroom scene, it's like, oh yeah, you posit these 3 things that say she did it. Well, these 3 things are all false. And then she's found not guilty. And then the very end of the movie, it's like, oh, it turns out she did. And I'm like, how? Like again, apparently it does it explains it better in the book, but in the movie, it's just like, yep, she did it. Oh, you want more information? Too bad. All right, okay, I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but when I rewatched it, like it went by like a bullet. Honestly, like it was much better pace the second time around. But first time, I will admit, yeah, it's a bit slow.
Yeah,
But second time, it was like, whew.
Yeah, I don't know. And I guess also it's the writing, because like some of the characters, because the characters in Where the Crawdads Sing, they feel like something out of The Simpsons, like with how cartoonishly mean they are to, well, yeah, I can't remember the main character's name, with how mean
Kaya.
they are to her.
Kaya is the main character's name.
Kaya, Kaya. Ain't that? That feels like the most prototypical name for this type of book genre.
Yeah, but but it's like when you see what happened to her, like in the events leading up to the court trial, that's actually kind of the point where I started to really feel bad for her, because it's like they do a pretty good depiction of it. And it's also a pretty dark depiction of it too. But I don't know. That might just be what I'm picking up.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just comes down to me for like the romantic interest, because for me, Where the Crawdads Sing, like none of the characters interest me in the slightest. With It Ends with Us, Blake Lively's love interest in the present day, her abusive boyfriend, he's at least a little bit interesting. Just he's a little bit more interesting compared to the first one. I mentioned in my review how he's kind of like every stereotypical abusive boyfriend in other films like it. Like and he's just so predictable. It's like, oh, her actual good potential boyfriend wrote her number and hid it in her phone. Gee, I wonder what will happen. And then the phone gets found and he goes off and he completely loses it. It's just like clockwork.
Yeah, but in all honesty, though, with Justin Baldoni's character in It Ends With Us, I never really found him all that abusive. People were all like, it's like like people were just kind of hyping him up like he's this really abusive guy, and I'm like, what? What is abusive about him? He only did it like one time, once.
Well, okay. Oh, I think
He
twice
only
because
really
there was the
abused
one.
her like once.
I don't know. I'm not going to get into that because I don't know. There was that whole controversy, like PR nightmare, and I'm not really that much interested in discussing it further beyond being a movie for me. Or maybe not like okay movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's just
Yeah.
from what I was picking up when I first watched it, he was only really abusive like once. Like when he hits her the first time, though, I could tell that was by accident. So it's like, how's that really abusive? It was just an accidental hit.
If
I might be just talking out of my ass, but it's just that's what I pick up out of it. So okay, but I'll stop talking about it because I might be triggering Ryan a little bit here.
No, I'm not. I'm not triggered. It's like in any sense of the word. I don't know. It's just a sensitive subject matter, and again, I had my own critiques of its portrayal. But I don't know. But for me, it did seem to count as abusive. But I don't know. Again, it's like
I've I've not only seen more abusive boyfriends in movies, I've also seen more abusive fathers in movies.
I mean, yeah, certainly. Again, like I said, I'm not saying the films and like portrayal is good in the sense of like trying to achieve what it's going for. Like Raging Bull, Robert De Niro is terrifying in that movie, and the violence is.
What about the dad in the black phone? Like,
oh yeah, he's terrifying. Like just that one moment where you can tell, like just the fact that his kid is quote unquote eating his cereal too loudly is enough to like potentially trigger the dude. I mean,
like you can see that in his eyes, and I'm like,
yeah, you can see it. It's like, okay, someone woke up on the wrong wrong side of the bed this morning for the past 10 years. Yeah, that okay.
not just that, somebody might have had too much to drink last night.
Yeah, and that morning.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like okay, so the black phone, Raging Bull. Yeah, I guess what other characters have
I would even say Radio Flyer.
Radio Flyer? I've never heard of that one.
It's got I know it's got Elijah Wood in it, and it's actually kind of narrated by Tom Hanks.
Narrated by Tom Hanks, starring Elijah Wood. That okay, that's all right.
Oh, Joseph Mazzello is also in that one too.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I watched that one in I don't remember what class it was. It was I saw it in health class. I think it was in 6th grade, I think. Was the first time I saw it. It was in health class. And yeah, I remember liking it ever since.
Okay, all right, that's okay. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, it's quite good. I don't remember what else there was. I know it's a touchy subject, but again, just trying to piece it together here a little bit.
All right, yeah, that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, those are really the ones I can think of at the moment. But so yeah, let's get to something different.
All right,
Um,
yeah, sure.
I'm trying to think of something. Have you ever seen I Saw the Devil?
I saw the devil. Ooh, no, I'm.
It's a Korean film. I think it's a South Korean movie.
Is that the one with like a village, the local village, and a little girl potentially gets infected with the devil, and the devil is supposed to be a metaphor for like disease? Is that kind of?
No, it's here, I'll show you the cover really quick.
Nope, not ringing any bells.
So basically, this guy's wife is brutally murdered by the guy that you see like in the red right here.
Yeah.
So this dude is a Secret Service agent, so he decides to start tailing the murderer and mess with him. So he watches over him, and anytime he tries to go in to kill somebody, he'll knock him out with like a drug or choke him out or something like that and leave him somewhere else. So he's trying to fuck with them to make sure he doesn't keep going on his killing spree.
All right. Yeah. I guess. Oh yeah. Speaking of South Korean films, yes. Well, I guess it's technically not South Korean, but it is directed by a South Korean, Boon Jong Ho, with Mickey 17.
That movie looks bizarre.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Robert Pattinson being cloned and doing that, thing with his voice. So yeah, I'm interested to see that one. I got delayed out to like April, which honestly, good call because like people, I mean, January movies have been getting better over the years, but people still associate January with two things: garbage movies and all the good stuff you didn't get to see in December.
Mm-hmm. And plus, January this year wasn't really all that great. I think
Preach.
honestly, in my opinion, the only one that was good, in my opinion, was The Beekeeper.
Yeah, yeah, yep. And Jason Statham, we trust. Yeah, that's yeah. I'm inclined to agree. Beekeeper, it was again as a John Wick, clone of sorts. Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, it's fun action. I think it's the supporting cast that really helps pull it together. Like, uh, I'm blanking on his name right now, but the actor he plays the tech bro guy.
Josh Hutcherson.
Yeah, Josh Hutcherson. Yes, I really enjoyed him. It was kind of funny. He's like, hey, riding around his, a business on a skateboard, asking for a oat milk latte, and then like just scamming scamming the elderly out of their funds. Yeah, he made for a fun
Yeah.
little jerk to hate. It was
Yeah, he's really funny in that movie. Like, and plus he's so good at playing like a slime ball kind of character. You want to do nothing but punch this guy in the face. But whenever an actor does that, whenever they're playing like a villainous role, you know they're doing their job. Like, and I think Josh Hutcherson did that perfectly. You never see him like that in movies. You never do.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, I mean, the closest I could think of is like in the Friday, no, not Friday, Five Nights at Freddy's when he goes all completely berserk on that one innocent dude at the mall, and even then, it's that one moment. The rest of it's like, oh, I'm just a single dad trying to look out for my little sister. Well,
Well,
I guess
and
he's not
plus
even a
he
dad.
and plus he didn't know that was an innocent man though
Yeah,
because
exactly.
he
Yeah,
has PTSD. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, all the more your point.
so so I can't really say that's like I mean, sure, that was a bad decision, but like I'm still not gonna be like mad. I'm not gonna try to take custody of his sister because of the fact that he has PTSD and he accidentally beat someone up that he didn't know was just a regular dude.
Yeah,
Like, I'm not gonna be like his bitchy aunt, you know?
yeah. I don't know. Again, the only thing involvement I had with those game series was watching the Let's Plays, but I mean, beyond that, I remember watching the movie. Because I did not enjoy the movie. I didn't find it scary. I didn't find it funny, and like even just didn't find it very good.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
as for someone who has played the games, I think they did get a lot right than they got wrong.
yeah,
So,
okay. I mean, the set design looked really good. The animatronics look cool. Nice mixture of digital and practical, but like it just again.
I mean, the animatronics look like the ones exactly from the games. Like, if you told me they were pulled out of the games to be in the movie, I would have believed you
Yeah.
because they look exactly like the ones in the game. Like, compare, they look the same. But yeah, I enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's. I just think that video game adaptations are going on a decline after Borderlands because we had a good streak for a little while, but now Borderlands is breaking the streak.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's always animation. The video game adaptations in for TV seem to have a better track record. Like, I mean, there's Cyberpunk, Edge Runners. That I
Um,
heard that was good.
The Last of Us.
Oh yeah, The Last of Us. Yeah. That was like HBO Max. That's like how you know you've made it as an adaptation. You get picked up for HBO. Yeah.
Do you remember what else? I haven't seen this, but I've been hearing a lot of great things about Fallout.
Oh yeah, Fallout 2. Yeah. Never did see that, but
I've been
I'll
hearing a
have
lot
to.
of good things about it though, and I do want to check it out, but just hasn't really penetrated in my mind. So, but I've heard it's really good. Um, like I think last year for movies in general, I think we had two video game movies. If I remember right, because we had Mario Brothers and Gran Turismo.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, those were Yeah, I can't think of any more off the top of my head. Yeah, I don't know. I liked Super Mario Brothers for what it was. It was, it was decent. I mean, again, even Chris Pratt, for all the memes about him not being Italian, he did an all right job. Gran Turismo, I don't know, I wasn't all that in. I mean, I liked it well enough. It's formulaic, and there's like one specific plot point that, upon learning about the real life history behind it, feels a little icky to include because there
Yeah,
was. Did you hear about that? Because about involving the crash.
I think I might have heard about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I, I don't know. Again, if this were any other movie, like go say Ford v Ferrari with also another real life tragic incident, I wouldn't mind. But for a film that is kind of a stealth advertisement for a video game, it feels icky, kind of.
I don't know, but it. I didn't know the story. I didn't know about that story going in though. Like at least on my end, I didn't know that it was a true story. Like,
Okay.
I did not know that going in, but it is what it is, though. But yeah, but that was the ones that I remember from last year for video game movies. But like I said, though, we've been doing pretty good lately with video game to movie adaptations. We've been doing good, except like I said, except for Borderlands.
Yeah, except for Borderlands. That's yeah. People are like, "Oh, this is like the worst film of the year since Man Web." I'm like, no, it's certainly not good, but like Man Web, colossal failure. No, it's just you can.
I've seen much worse than both of those movies.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because Borderlands, it's the actors again. They're not delivering good performances for the most part, but you could tell they at least had an idea of what characters that they were there to play, even if they're not executing them all that well. You know, that just
Yeah, like I'm trying to remember like some of the other ones I've seen from this year. I freaking seen The Strangers Chapter 1, which was absolute dog shit. Like horrendous. Imaginary. Oh my god, that one was bad. Night Swim is not as bad as those as Borderlands and Madam Web. It's not. It definitely is not as bad. Oh my god, Taro. Taro's worse than both of them. But the worst one I've seen out of the bunch this entire year is Afraid.
Oh yeah, that AI movie.
Hey kids, swatting saves the world. That's basically the film's message. And I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Like, I'm trying to think here. So, something happens towards the end. I'm like, really? And then 2 seconds later, something else happens. You're like, what? And then when the actual ending happens, I literally said to myself, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I was legit, like I never felt so physically pissed off watching a movie like this. I was so pissed off.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I just I scrolled through my letterbox for 2024, and I just realized again this was probably through self-selection bias, but it looked like that I didn't see as many bad movies this year, and again, I think the issue is I didn't see nearly as many movies this year as I did last year. So again, just sort of in terms of the pipeline of what I don't know. Again, I think I slowed down definitely for 2024. And I'm thinking that when I do my best and worst of 2024 list, I'm probably going to do a top 5 rather than a top 10 just to make it a little bit more competitive for the worst films of the year. Because I remember in August, I was asked about like worst films I'd seen for the year. I was like, Horizon, Lisa Frankenstein, and again, I do regret mentioning Lisa Frankenstein. Like, Horizon, I don't feel as bad with that one. I mean, at 3 hours long, if you're gonna make a movie that long, you gotta make it good, and it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But like Lisa Frankenstein, there were at least a few things like there are some decent ideas in there, some nice visual panache from the director, but I don't know. I just couldn't gel with the tone. It's trying to go for this dark humor type vibe, but it just doesn't work. Like even experienced directors have trouble with the type of tone Lisa Frankenstein was going for. This film just couldn't make it work. Because
I mean, I get that.
I remember, I think the moment that does it for me was what. Here, I'll hold my hand up.
I got it. I got it.
Okay, so at one point, Lisa's stepmother from hell is trying to send her off to a psychiatric hospital, and then the creature, as I think Wikipedia calls him, just straight up murders her with a bash to the head, and then it cuts to a close up of her head bleeding out onto the floor. I was like, oh, haha. Because there's a saying that goes, comedy is in the wide shot and drama is in the close up. And yeah, so all right, I'm done.
Yeah. I love that one, but I definitely understand where you're coming from. I do, but I love that one.
Yeah, again, there's plenty to like. Again, Cole Sprouse as the creature, really good physicality work there. Again, the visual style, there's the black and white visuals, the opening in cold open, giving some exposition, and just the 80s recreation. All good. I like it.
Yeah.
And then there's the actress playing Taffy. I think she was this was like her American debut. She was in a few Filipino movies, and she was really good. She seemed natural.
Yeah.
But like the script, I mean, I remember just all the 80s references. It was like the film was it's like, hey, we're in the 80s. And I was like, cool. You gonna be funny? Because there was like at one point they were like, oh, how can we brunch if we're not Brady, or I don't know, some ham-fisted reference to the Brady Bunch. I was like, oh boy, I'm in for a rough one. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it for tonight so I can get some rest. I gotta get some cough drops and take some.
All right. Yeah.
Before I go to bed. But thank you, Ryan, for coming, man. I really appreciate it. It was really awesome getting to meet you and talk to you.
Yeah, same here.
So I hope I can get you on for more of these sometime soon.
Yeah, me too. I'd love that. That'd be great. Thank you for having me.
All right. So thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you subscribe to his channel, or go check out his letterbox. We'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
All right. Peace. Bye.